He should have stayed away from the internet, Max thought. Reading the news stories made him feel even more miserable than he already was. Reading about 60 million starving kids in Africa made him feel guilty and powerless. Reading about successful people and their positive contributions to society made him feel even more worthless. Everything lately, be it good news or bad news, happy news or sad news, filled him with anguish.
But a lot of things don't make it to the headlines. At that very moment, the world was spinning and humans were living their little lives.
Vincent was repairing the engine of a vehicle when he saw this bumper sticker. Oddly, it made him think about his impoverished upbringing, and he felt resentment towards his parents.
Grace was looking at her pregnant neighbour's collection of treasures, wondering why and how each one found a place on her shelf. She was feeling melancholy, thinking about the fact that she couldn't have children of her own.
Misha found a snake outside his door. He let it go in the trees so it wouldn't get run over on the street.
Olga rushed out of her apartment because her parents were fighting again. She made a promise that she would follow her own path in life and never become like them.
Kimiko had a tiring day at work and wanted to talk to her girlfriend. But she didn't want to wake up her 90-year-old grandfather who was sleeping in the next room.
Josie was sitting in her car with 2 kids in the back seat when she saw this dog, but she felt hesitant about leaving before the owner came back.
Fatima had just moved to this foreign country. She was in the car, waiting anxiously for her spouse who had gone to pick up something.
Justin was standing outside the church he went to, bemused at the sight of an old railroad engine he had never noticed before.
Joe looked at his German Shepherd and felt a sudden desire to give him a big hug.
Lily was looking at her kitty, which made her feel both calm and sleepy.
Paul stared at this painting while leaving his ex-wife's apartment, and he wished to be a sloth.
Marcia was looking at this comic book that had been gifted to her by a student. She had to get a hip replacement soon and couldn't move too well, but she felt lucky to have taught so many kids.
Joyce knew her mum would visit her today and complain about her messy, untidy apartment, but she was too exhausted. Her mum was never satisfied with her anyway.
Tom finally left the dead-end job he hated. He had expected to feel a sense of victory and relief, but standing outside his office, he was surprised to feel absolutely nothing.
Ellen felt pleased that lately her daughter was using her drawing pad and pencils more than the iPad.
April faced the golden curtain and mirror in her room, daydreaming about being a famous pop star.
Lisa had the company of a book and the dog, her 2 lifelong best friends, but she still felt unbearably lonely.
Roger was estimating how many movies in his DVD collection he had not seen yet. He wondered how many of those would be left unwatched when he died.
Shabana was full of dread at the sight of the pile of laundry in front of her. She fantasized about a meteorite hitting the earth right at that moment, so that she would not have to do any more chores.
Pravin was having a pina colada while consoling a stranger who was crying because his wife had left him.
Martin noticed a heart shape on the ground while returning from his wife's grave. He didn't believe in divine signals, but it made him smile after a long time.
Max took a few deep breaths and gazed longingly at a miniature elephant he had bought online. He really, really wanted to feel that elephant's sense of joy and wonder.